It's the Matt McNeil Show. Cliff Schecter, of course, has the YouTube channel Cliff's Edge. He, of course, bringing great content, great insight, great commentary on what's going on in this country. I wanted to give him a chance here before he heads out for his vacation to chime in on the god-awful Supreme Court ruling yesterday. Cliff is joining us from the road today. Hey, Cliff.
Hey, Matt. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Are you headed for Canada now? You're not. You're still in.
I've got my sunglasses on. I'm all hidden. I think I may soon shave my head and grow like a ZZ Top beard. You know, I've got a plan, my friend. I've got a plan. You know, what do you say? The right, you know, as they lie about everything, as they project everything, spent 20 to 25 years now screaming about activist judges. Can you hear me okay, by the way?
Yes, we can. You're sounding great.
Good. Screaming about activist judges on the left, the biggest freaking joke. You know, I didn't say the word. It's, you know, while they were busy inventing an interpretation of the Second Amendment that hadn't existed for 200 years, an interpretation of money in politics that hadn't existed in 200 years, overturning Roe versus Wade, overturning voting rights, more recently making themselves the final deciders, not scientists, on regulations, you know, things they don't know a damn thing about when it comes to certain, you know, scientific regulations. I mean, you know, on and on and on, and I've forgotten half the cases where they've been ridiculous and screwed up. And again, the problem is, you know, all of this is in democracies. The main message I want to get across is democracies are overturned because one side plays by the rules and the other refuses to. And one side takes advantage and takes advantage and takes advantage. And yeah, we've fought back a couple of times. And now, luckily, we've got a whole new generation of fighters, you know, and that's what my whole channel is about, highlighting them. We'll have one coming out in about an hour, and Eric Swalwell, who just ripped the living crap out of a number of House Republicans. But our whole party mentality has to change. We should be running against the Supreme Court right now, pointing out there are 6 extremist partisan Republicans, Brett Kavanaugh, John Roberts, and Coney Barrett all worked on George W. Bush's 2000 campaign. Gorsuch's mom was the frickin' EPA administrator under Reagan. You know, Clarence Thomas, and the biggest joke of all time, was at the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission under Reagan. They worked for Republican presidents and campaigns. They're Republicans in robes, which is what I wish people would call them. And right now, Biden should add to Trump that he is running against fascism. He is running against authoritarianism. He's running against a king. On this 4th of July, we are running against a king again, and people that want to overthrow our democracy, and that now includes the right-wing majority on our Supreme Court. They got there, again, the final thing I'll say before I kick it back to you, they got there by stealing numerous seats, but one of them was, again, because we were asleep at the wheel. We let them get away with it in 2016 because we kind of just figured Hillary was going to win. And it's got to stop, okay? You know, I liked Biden's speech the other night, but, you know, none of this, I don't want to hear any more that, oh, well, we're going to make sure not to use any of the powers. Use the damn powers given to you. Not for bad, not for evil. Use them for good, okay? You have extra powers now to make sure people aren't committing crimes that are friends of Trump's. You have extra powers now to rein in the Supreme Court. Do it. Be like FDR. Stand up and start running against these sons of bitches, if I can say that.
Yes,
if I can't, sorry, I'll pay the fine.
No, well, but your point is exact. They're risking Biden having this power and ability under the argument of, well, he'll never use it. I mean, Trump will use it, but he'll never use it. And if it's time for Biden, and I think if they're willing to create this level of power, well, by using this power to make a course correction and go back to democracy as it's supposed to be designed, I don't think that that's a big problem. I imagine the Supreme Court's ready to basically say, well, your accountability still is in place, Joe Biden, but not Donald Trump's. But at the same time, use what they're giving you because they're banking on you not doing that.
Yes. If you understand history, you look at these moments, they come along every 60, 70, 80 years because power always wants to win over, and a small elite, whether they be a religious elite, a financial elite, or all of them together, often they're the same, want to tell the rest of us how to live our lives, take our money, and you know, basically have us all be their servants. That is what this is. And you have these 6 unelected right-wing hacks, don't know a damn thing about half the things that they pontificate openly about. They've gotten so many easy facts wrong that you can only imagine what we don't hear that they get wrong. They're all thoroughly corrupt. They accept free flights, free yachts, free trips around the world, free gifts, don't report them, sell their houses to people for inflated prices, don't tell you about it. I go on and on. They have absolutely zero credibility. And there are ways to fight back now. One of them should be make every one of these sons of bitches famous. Okay? They get to walk around their little quiet lives while destroying the rest of ours. If I had the money right now in a super PAC, put their faces everywhere. Make it so, no, I'm not trying to incite violence. In fact, I'd be very clear to people, absolutely not. That's not who we are. But they should not have a quiet meal outdoors for the rest of their damn lives. They should not have a quiet moment for the rest of their damn lives. Make them famous and let people know that's one of the things they're scared of. They want to be able to just walk around in between the raindrops quietly as they destroy the rest of our lives. That's one thing we can do. But Biden can grab this power right now, okay, and just say, hey, I'm a president. I can do anything. You know what I'm doing? I'm changing the Senate rules right now. And the Senate rules are going to be that we're getting rid of the filibuster and the majority rules. Like it was said in the Constitution, there's no filibuster in the Constitution. It never existed. It was an accident of history that Mitch McConnell, one of the other evil four horsemen of the apocalypse with John Roberts and Trump and pick your fourth, have used to destroy our democracy. That's what I would use the power for. Get rid of the anti-democratic filibuster and wait until we win a House majority and then go ahead and pass a guarantee Roe, guarantee an assault weapons ban, guarantee climate change legislation, guarantee voting rights to everyone. Make sure these guys can't stop people from voting. All these kinds of things that we can do to strengthen our democracy, close loopholes that they've opened. That is what needs to be done. And if Biden will not use that power, then they're winning their bet. Their bet is we're going to do what we did when we refused to fight them on the Supreme Court justice in 2016 and so many other times when they've thrown tantrums like the little crapistic babies they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that was supposed to be craptastic, by the way. But
no problem.
Go ahead.
We got about a minute left. There's one path left here. Regardless, vote Joe Biden. You have to vote Democrat because if not, democracy's over.
That's exactly right. Look, nothing has changed fundamentally, okay? All these polls, Biden in the debate. Still, the fundamentals still are we're kicking butt in every election. People are horrified when they find out about Project 2025. They're horrified by the Supreme Court. They're horrified by the things Donald Trump says he's going to do. So why don't we tell people all of that they're going to do? Tell women they won't have access to birth control in 2 years. Okay? This court, does anybody think this court won't do that after what they've done? Griswold is gone. Tell people what they're going to do, and we will win. Absolutely. And go out and vote and register every person you know.
Cliff, happy Independence Day. May we both have another one in 2025, my friend.
I'm going to celebrate this Independence Day with a full assumption that we're going to fight and we're going to have another one. That's what my plan is going to be.
God bless you.
That's what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Cliff Schecter, once again, Cliff's Edge on YouTube. Cliff, all my best. Have a great holiday weekend. We're going to take a break. Come on back. Paul Nyland from Lifeline Ukraine from Kyiv. When we do return, it's the Matt McNeil Show.